Testing, testing, testing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight we are with UFRL Tier 2. And tonight we are in Austria. We are back in Europe because I saw last week they were in North America, in Canada. So now we've flown across the pond to Europe and now we are racing in Austria tonight in Tier 2. We have got a short quali followed by a 36 lap race. And I think Austria is a favourite for a lot of people. So it'll be very interesting to see who's going to come out on top tonight. So the tier 2 standings after the first race. We have got Bakeley Gaming in the Aston Martin P1 for the moment. P2 is Kingy OG in the Stake. Third is Fletch in the Racing Bull. Fourth is Jar Jar Bing in the Williams. Fifth is F1 Hack in the Ferrari. And then there's a few reserve drivers. And then we've got the 2 Red Bulls. But again, it's only the first race of a 15 race season. So a lot of racing still to come here in UFRL. At the moment, we have got 17 drivers. Not too sure how many are racing tonight. But Tesco Mildews has said ready up, and we are going to be readying up very, very shortly here. So if you are listening already and you are racing tonight, please do press that ready up button. And we can get racing, everyone. Warrener 666 testing successful. It was successful indeed. Always like to check just in case I'm talking and no one can hear me. So hopefully a few more people will ready up and we will get racing here. And we will be getting going shortly here. We've got 10 seconds to go. So let's get ready and let's get racing here tonight in UFRL Tier 2 in Austria. I think it was the 17 drivers we had for this evening in the end. So it's a good number to have. Be a lot of good racing. So I will just go through who is racing tonight. We've got the racing balls of F. Morg Massey in the racing ball. Then we've got the 2 Haas of Adam the Sweet and King Luke. We've got Filthy Ghost in the Williams. We've got Mr. Potwash in the McLaren. And then in the other racing ball, we've got Silky Stevens. In the Alpine is Wacky Racer. In the Ferrari is KL17 Man United FC. I'm guessing that means. Then we've got in the stake, we've got O.I. Moody. And then in the 2 Red Bulls, we've got the one and only Doug and Epic Frenchie. In the other McLaren, we've got Bevan. In the 2 Aston Martins, we've got your current leader, Bakeley Gaming and Hybrid. We've got Goofy in the Mercedes. We've got Kingy OG in the other stake. And in the other Alpine is Prezi Prez. As the first few drivers start coming out on track here. And just Kingy OG going, woo! Don't know if that's woo for racing or woo for, I said his name, but you know, Kingy OG. He is excited and he is ready to race here in Austria. Let's go on board with anyone who is out on track. Again, very, very quick lap times. You're looking at a 1 minute 5, I think, for quali. Maybe even quicker. It'd be around that time. That's why there is 36 laps, I think it is in the end. Or 38 laps. Because it is a very short track. Let's go find the person who is, which is Wacky Racer. Wacky Racer was the first person out on track. So we're going to stay on board with him while he's about to start his flying lap here. And let's see what benchmark he can set here. As DRS is open, he's using his ERS. Then turn 1 is a very important round here in Austria. It can literally make or break your quali lap. So it did look quite good. It's a 15.9 first sector. Let's go on board just with someone possibly who is it's a 16.0 for King Yoji, so a tiny bit slower, but very, very similar. Let's go back to Wacky Racer though, as I think the drivers are getting out his way as he comes to sector 2 now, and it's a 45.2. And now into the last sector. As he comes around the final corner now, DRS is wide open, and it's a 1:05.0. Very good lap from him. Let's go on board now with Adam the Sweet. I know King Yoji is going to set one even earlier, but let's see what he does. Adam the Sweet goes a 1:05.2. King Yoji must have invalidated his lap. Let's go on board with Filthy Ghost. King Luke, 1:09. I'm guessing he's going for another lap now. I think that was probably an out lap. But it's a really good time to start off for Wacky Racer in that Alpine. 1:05. As Doug goes P3 with a 1:05.8. As Epic Frenchie goes even quicker with a 1:04.7. Filthy Ghost has invalidated on that last corner. Let's stay on board with Silky Stevens, a 45.3 for him in the second sector. As there's a caution in sector 3, I think that's probably just someone getting out of the way. As Silky Stevens now crosses the line, and it's a 1:05.077, puts in P3. Someone else has just gone. Oh, Hybrid has gone P2 with a 1:04.7, and Jar Jar Bing also set a time of a 1:05.3, puts in P6. So there's 2 drivers at the moment in that 1:04s. We're going to go on board with Filthy Ghost isn't on the lap. Macy's just starting a lap, so we're trying to find someone. Here we go. We got KL17, and he's going to cross the line, and it's a 1:06.3. Let's go on board with Macy then. Hiya Hazy, how we doing? Hope you are well. Who are you supporting tonight? Who are you supporting? And it's a 44.8 second sector. Bit short on the RS, but they get a time it when he breaks there. And he is going to cross the line, and it's going to be a 1:05.029, which puts him P3. Can't get into that 1:04. Let's go on board with Bevan, who unfortunately has invalidated. So we got 3 people that have DNF'd. I'm guessing that is people that have taken an engine penalty. So with just under 11 minutes left, your top three are Epic Frenchie, Hybrid and Macy. We're going to stay on board with Mr. Potwash though in the McLaren, who's just starting his flying lap, and he has gone extremely wide, has invalidated, which is a shame for him. Bevan is on the lap as well. And it's a 45.1 second sector. And as Bevan crosses the line, it's going to be a 1 minute 4.8. Very good lap from Bevan. Puts him up to P3. We're going to go on board with Adam the Sweet. Yeah, I know I said it wrong completely when I said it, Hazer. Yeah. And Certified Dex is up the V-Carbs. They're doing pretty well at the moment, 4th and 6th. So, yeah, they're doing all right. Adam the Sweet is a tiny bit up on his time at the moment. And Adam the Sweet is going to cross the line. And it's a 1 minute 5.2. Keeps in P8. Does improve on his time a tiny bit. As Mr. Potwash now crosses the line. And it's a 1 minute 6.1. Puts him P13. We're going to go aboard with the the qualifying leader at the moment, who I'm not sure if he's on the lap. I don't think he is. Well, I hope he's not, because the person in front is either blocking him the hell out or. But yeah, he's kept his ERS, I'm guessing. As Epic Frenchie now starts his flying lap. Jar Jar Bing is also on the lap. Not sure if he's... I think he's gone... yeah, he's not going to be setting a flying lap there, so... let's go on board with Epic Frenchie then, because he is probably the only one on the lap at the moment. And he is invalidated, so he is not setting a lap at the moment. Jar Jar Bingy is coming into the pits. Adam the Sweet is on another flying lap. He is setting a better time, but... he's still setting a better time. We're going to go aboard with Kingy OG though, because he is a bit further up on track as he comes around the final corner now. ERS DRS is open, and he's going to set a time of a 1 minute 4.5. Kingy OG in the stake goes even quicker. It goes a 1 minute 4.5. That is the new benchmark. Adam the Sweet has also moved up. He's gone for a 1 minute 4.8, puts in P6. We now have 6 drivers in the 1 minute 4s. As I Moody says, let's go, Kingy. Yeah, teammate is doing wonders. Shame, I'm guessing you had a quali ban or I'm guessing more, probably an engine. You're taking your engine penalty, which is not a bad shout on this one. Definitely potential overtakes. So, yeah. As Macy now crosses the line and he does not improve. We're going to go down to Doug, who is improving by 6 tenths. As he now comes round the final corner. He just about keeps it on track and he's going to cross the line, and it's a 1:05.372. Goes P12. I think he was P12, so I think he has stayed in the same position. Guessing King Yoji possibly he's on another flying lap. We'll wait and see. We'll see what his second sector is, just to see if he is. Not sure he is because he's not using any ERS now, so. As Macy comes into the pits. We're going to go on board with Silky Stevens in the Racing Bull. We're down to 4 minutes left in quali. As well, let's see if Silky Stevens can improve from P9 with 3.5 minutes to go. And unfortunately, he has invalidated. It was going to be a good lap, otherwise he'd have gone up to P4, which is a shame for him, but unfortunately he did invalidate. As Epic Frenchie's out on another lap, and he has gone quicker in Sector 1. Let's see what his Sector 2 time will be. He's used a lot of ERS though. And he is a tiny bit up as well in Sector 2. Let's see what he can do now in Sector 3 here. As Epic Frenchie crosses, goes around the final corner, crosses the line, and it's going to be a 1:04.778. Just loses a tiny bit in that last sector. Stays P2. Hybrid is 2 tenths up on his first sector alone. So he is flying on this flying lap. Can he keep this up in Sector 2? And he is a tenth up, so still improving. Jar Jar Bing crosses the line, goes a tiny bit quicker. Doesn't move from P4, but he does go a bit quicker. Hybrid now comes into the pits. Bevan is 3 tenths up. Let's see if he can do anything. He unfortunately invalidates. Wacky Racer now is a tenth up on his previous time. As Epic Frenchie starts a new flying lap. Just trying to find someone who's closer to the... We're staying on board with King Luke in the Haas. And he is 3 tenths up on his previous best. Let's see what he can do in the last sector here. as we are down to the last minute. So this will be King Luke's last flying lap, and it's a 1 minute 4.9, puts him P7. Epic French now crosses the line, and he will be staying P2. Hybrid and King Yoji on flying laps, as Filthy Ghost goes quickest with a 1 minute 4.3. Brilliant from the Williams driver. And I completely missed his lap. As Jar Jar Binks comes into the pits. King Luke won't be setting another time. Let's try and find someone who is closer than that. Bakeley Gaming goes up to P3 with a 1 minute 4.6. Let's stay on board with Doug. I think there's a Haas or something that's about to cross the line, but we're going to stay on board with Doug. Then we'll go back up to the likes of King Yoji. As Doug crosses the line and doesn't improve. King Yoji now comes into the pits. Hybrid now is probably the only person left who can get P1 here. Massey goes P3 with a 1 minute 4.6. Now Hybrid, what can he do? It's a 1 minute 4.6, puts him now P3. There's one driver left out, no, two, and that is KL, who isn't going to set a best time, and Epic Frenchie, who's not going to set a better time. So there we go. Filthy Ghost gets P1 here in Austria, followed by a very close King EOG, and Hybrid gets P3. Hazer said 0.4. It's going to be pole. You were close. It was actually, well, it was 0.4.3. Yeah, so very close. Yeah. And there we go. You can see, I'll go through the top 10 just quickly. The Williams of Filthy Ghost gets P1. Can he follow that into the race? We'll find out in about 5 minutes' time. King EOG is P2. Third is Hybrid. Fourth is Macy. Fifth is Bakey Gaming. Sixth is Epic Frenchie. Seventh is Jar Jar Bing. 8th is Bevan. 9th is Adam the Sweet. And rounding up the top 10 is Silky Stevens. I Moody says 0.5 seconds between 2nd and 12th. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very close race, I think. It's going to be very good racing. And just in the chat, if no one has seen it, Tesco Meal Deals has said a 5-minute break. We go at 33. So, just chill out and we will be back in 5 minutes. Just get yourself a drink. That's what I'm about to do. And we will be back for the race. Okay, we are back and we are nearly ready to go here in Austria. Come on in the chat. Who do you think is going to win tonight in Austria? Do you think the pole position of Filthy Ghost will go on and win here tonight? Or do you think someone else will win? Do you think someone in the second or third or even further back will go and win? Or do you think the 3 people that didn't actually set a time, who took engine penalties, will go and win this race? Now that would be something pretty special. As we are underway, not sure why we're sat with him. That was, sorry about this. There we go. For some reason the game went completely nuts. And there we go. So King OG and Filthy Ghost fighting up to the top of the turn 2. They're still side by side. Filthy Ghost gets a better exit though and will stay in the lead. Really good battle in there. Now Macy coming down the side of King OG, who has going to have a break later, side by side, but Macy takes it and he is up to P2, and King OG now in trouble from Hybrid. King OG, after that fantastic start, has nearly lost out 2 places, just the 1 in the end. Hybrid lost out in 1 and Macy up 2 positions. Let's go on tyre strategies for you. There we go, the top 3 all on mediums, Hybrid on the hards. As Filthy Ghost leads us through lap 1, and someone has already, 2 people have had to pit, which is Doug and Moody, unfortunately for them. As we're going to go back down to Epic Frenchie, who's really close behind Bakeley Gaming. As Macy, I'm sorry, but Macy has gone up to P1. He has taken Filthy Ghost and he is now leading this race on lap 2. What a start from the Racing Bull of Macy. He is absolutely flying. As Nando Lonzo says Epic Frenchie's going to win. Hazer says Ghost for the win. Well, he's got to go get past Macy again to do that. Deck says come on Fletch, and Deck says what a start, son. Is Fletch Macy, I'm guessing. Or am I? Yeah, I'm hoping so. Because that is, if it is, it was an absolutely fantastic start. But he has to defend now because the people behind him will have DRS down this straight and the next. So he's got a tough ass to keep these people behind. He's got to try and keep his ERS battery. And he does stay ahead of Filthy Ghost. We're going to go on board with Jar Jar Bingo, who is right behind Epic Frenchie. As Jar Jar Bing and Epic Frenchie having a really good battle here for 7th and 8th. Let's go back to the top though, because Filthy Ghost right on the back of Macy. He's going to have DRS here. Will he have a go into turn 1? He's gone to the side of him, and he will be side by side still, but he loses out, and he's going to lose out to Kingy OG as well. Not sure if he took too much curb there, but Kingy OG has made a double overtake because now he is now leading the race in that stake Formula 1 car. What a start from Tier 2 as Macy got back ahead of Kingy OG, and Kingy OG now fighting with Filthy Ghost, and Filthy Ghost back up to P2. as Bakeley Gaming get into the back of Kingy OG. The top 6 all separated by about 2 or 3 seconds. There's just a line of them at the moment. And there is a bit of a gap between 6th and 7th. As Jar Jar Bing has lost out a few positions down in P10 now. Not too sure what happened there. We're going to go down to the P8 though, because Silky Stevens having a look at the Red Bull of Epic Frenchie. Does back out of it, but he's going to have the DRS again. And let's see if he can get past here into turn 3. Goes to the side. They're going to be side by side. Who has the better exit? Epic Frenchie looks like he's kept it. And he has. This isn't helping them though, because they're going to lose more and more time to the people in front. As Filthy Ghost has come off the track, and that will be very bad for his tyres. He needs to get some some temperature into them tyres as quick as possible. He might even come into the pits. Not sure if he has damage. He's now down in P13. Not sure what happened. Obviously he was watching Epic Frenchie as Silky Stevens has got past Epic Frenchie, but Epic Frenchie goes back ahead of Silky Stevens, and now will Silky Stevens lose out to King Luke, as King Luke has not only taken Silky Stevens, taken Epic Frenchie as well. As Bakeley Gaming is up to P2 now, and King OG still in P3, but Hybrid doing a really good job on them hard tyres. Currently in P4, the only person on a different strategy in the top 8. So be interested to see how he does and how them tyres start to become the better tyre in lap probably 10 onwards. But there is battles all along the field. I'm trying to get as many as I can. Filthy Ghost and Prezi Prez having a battle here, with Wacky Racer and Mr. Potwash also involved in that. We're going to have to go back up to Hybrid though, because he is really close to Kingy OG. Having a really good race here at the moment, Hybrid. Again, like I said, he's on the different strategy. They're going to be side by side. They touch each other. Not sure. Oh, Kingy OG has lost out there. I'm not sure whose fault that was. For some reason, it keeps on putting me in that horrible camera angle. Let's go on board now with 7th, 8th, 9th. Silky Stevens now. Will he have a go at King Luke up to turn 2? He has to stay behind. We're going to go on board with Bevan though, who is having a look at Hybrid. As there is a bit of contact there between Bevan and Hybrid. And Bevan does get ahead of Hybrid, and he is now up to P3 with all these two squabbling. There's quite a big gap now between the top 2. And King Luke, Silky Stevens, Epic Frenchie and Jar Jar Bing all closing on now to the back of that, as Hybrid picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As some people are saying, Fletch to tier 1. Well, I don't know. It's not over yet. Bakley Gaming, very, very close. Only a second behind him. But, you know, possibly it could be that. And then Tunnel Vision says, up the Kingy. Yeah, currently P5. Did have a bit of contact there just a second ago. We're going to go down to P11, though, with Prezi Prez and Adam the Sweet. And Prezi Prez looks like he's going up to P10. Let's wait and see. Has he got the move done? They're still side by side. Who's going to have the better exit? They're still side by side. But I think Prezi Prez will get the move done. He does. Prezi Prez up to 10th. Let's go back up to P5, though, of Kingy OG and Macy and Bevan have both pitted, which is interesting. 10 laps in, that's a very early pit stop. I'm guessing people are going for a 2-stopper. I'm guessing the tyres must be as Kingy OG gets ahead, and so does no, Hybrid keeps King Luke behind. But King Luke now, Kingy OG up to P2. And King Luke, something's happened to King Luke. King Luke's had a spin or something. I didn't see him hit, I didn't see him touch anything. I was on board with Kingy OG at the time, but unfortunately for King Luke, that hasn't worked out. He's down in P10 now. As Kingy OG now comes into the pits, so it looks like it's going to be a 2-stopper. It doesn't look like you can be able to get these tyres too far. Hybrid now takes the race lead, and he is going to have the likes of Silky Stevens, Epic Frenchie, Jar Jar Bing and Prezi Prez right on the back of him. We're going to go down to Wacky Racer, though, who looks like he going to get ahead of Adam the Sweet. He braked really late, and unfortunately for him, he did lose out there because it looked like quite a simple move until he really missed his braking point. But luckily, I don't think there was any contact between the pair. But Bevan coming in that lap earlier, he's nearly got ahead of Bakley Gaming. Look how close the pair are coming out. As Macy goes quickest with a 1:7.9. Adam the Sweet has pitted. Let's see if Bevan will have a go here up the next straight. But unfortunately for them, it's as Bakley Gaming, Bevan get past Goofy. There's a hash driver, and I don't know who it is. I think it's King Luke. I think as Prezi Prez has got ahead of, I guess that's because everyone's pitted, but Prezi Prez now up to P2. Jar Jar being up to P3. The top 5 all on them hards. Let's see how long they can get them hard tyres. Are they all going to try and do a 1-stopper? Doesn't look like it's going to be possible because seeing how little their mediums lasted. I think they're really going to struggle with that. As Macy has got ahead of Mr. Potwash and Wacky Racer. He's now up to P4 and he is absolutely flying, this guy. As Macy now up to P3, that is because Prez has pitted from this race. And he's now only 1.6 seconds behind Jar Jar Bing. And if anyone would like to know, it is currently Latvia 0, England 3 in the World Cup qualifiers. And hopefully King Luke has joined again. It looks like he has. Unfortunately for him, he did get kicked, but which has really affected his race. Down in 16th now when he took P2 at one point. So don't you just love EA servers? They seem to be getting worse, not better. As Macy now takes the race lead, got ahead of Jar Jar Bing. And he has about a 4-second lead now from Bakeley Gaming. Jar Jar Bing stays out even more, so he's trying to get these tyres as long as he can into this race. We look at the penalty situation at the moment. There we go. You got 7 drivers on 3-second time penalties, and the position changes are Prez is up 10, Goofy is up 7, and then you've got Jar Jar Bing up 5, Macy up 3, Bevan up 4, and then your biggest losses at the moment are Hybrid down 8, King Luke down 5, Doug down 4, and KL17 down 4. Let's go on board with Filthy Ghost though, who's having a good little battle here with Prez. As Filthy Ghost picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Prez looks like he could have a go here with Epic Frenchie. They're side by side. to wait and see who has the better exit. They're still side by side going into this next corner. I think he's going to have to back out of it. They're still side by side. And he's actually got... What a fantastic move that was from Prezi Prez. Really, really good racing there from the pair. Both left each other room. And what a move. As Bevan closes up to the back of Bakeley Gaming. As we are now halfway through this race tonight in Austria. Adam the Sweet and Goofy switching positions. Bevan has taken P2 from Bakeley Gaming. So Bevan in the McLaren has taken P2. Silky Stevens has got ahead of Filthy Ghost up to P8. Now Prezi Prez right on the back of Jar Jar Bing. Obviously Jar Jar Bing trying to do a different thing here. I think he's coming into pits now. He is. Again, I think you have to get past lap 20 to make it a one-stopper. He might be able to do it. It'd be tough, but we're going to go to Bakeley Gaming. Actually, we'll go back to this battle because Epic Frenchie and Silky Stevens having a battle for 6th and 7th, and Epic Frenchie has got up to P6 now. As now Silky Stevens is probably going to have another look at trying to get past Epic Frenchie here. We'll wait and see. Obviously this straight here seems like the most prolific place to overtake. But unfortunately there is a DRS train, so it'll be very tough for him to get past. Bakeley Gaming now having a go into turn 3, but has to stay behind. Bevan defends well. There's now a 5-second gap between Macy and Bevan. As Adam the Sweet goes up to P10 from Wacky Racer. And Hybrid has overtaken Filthy Ghost for P8. And Bakeley Gaming having a go here into turn 2. But Bevan defends well again. Jar Jar Bing sets the fastest lap at 1 minute 6.5. They're both braking late. Bakeley Gaming has got ahead, but has he? Yeah, he's got that car and he is now back up to P2. Does one of them try to do the undercut and try and pit earlier? It's definitely an option. Oh, Bevan has pitted. So Kingy OG back up to P3. As everything goes a tiny bit quiet just for the moment, but Bevan is going to be flying through this field, I think, with this brand new hards. Again, I don't think it's a bad shout. Macy has now pitted, so they're all going for different strategies. We'll see what the gap is. Unfortunately for Bevan, he's getting a bit stuck behind these drivers, so I don't think he's going to gain too much time. As Bevan does get past Adam the Sweet, and now he'll be looking at trying to get past his teammate of Mr. Potwash, as Prezi Prez is caught up to the back of Kingy OG. As Kingy OG has now pitted, Prezi Prez stays out. And Hybrid has... Oh, they've collided. Prezi Prez and Hybrid have... It looks like they're both okay. As Epic Frenchie is having a good battle here with Kingy OG. Obviously, Kingy OG on them brand new hards compared to one lap Epic Frenchie. He's got to try and stay ahead here. This is actually really important for Kingy OG. As well as Filthy Ghost on this battle as well. And Silky Stevens not too far behind. These lot all battling out for possibly a podium position. We'll see where the likes of Hybrid and Prezi Prez comes out compared to these three. It's going to be very, very close, I imagine. As Hybrid has come out just in between, I think. And Prezi Prez is down in 11th. So they're all over the place, kind of. There's about a 5 or 6 way battle here. And it's going to be absolutely crazy because there's about 3 people ahead of them that are on older tyres. And I think this could cause absolute carnage in a second. Epic French goes for a bit of a dive bomb. Does get the job done, though. Kingy OG did get affected there, though. I think it was a bit of a dive bomb. It looked on my screen anyway. And Kingy OG did lose out to Hybrid. I don't know if it was. I'm not saying it is. But on my screen it did look a bit dodgy. As Macy takes the race lead once more. I don't really know how to follow this now because there's about 9 cars in this little battle and I have no idea what car to keep a track of. So we're just going to watch Filthy Ghost because he seems like he's got a very good angle of the 5 cars, 6 cars in front. Epic Frenchie and Mr. Potwash. Epic Frenchie gets past Mr. Potwash. Then Kingy OG has got past Mr. Potwash. Unfortunately for Mr. Potwash with his... As there's a big crash. There's a huge crash, and Filthy Ghost and Prezi Prez are both out of this race. It was gonna a red flag. We've got a red flag, which, well, it's unreal for Mr. Potwash. For some of the drivers though, it is absolutely awful. It was a disaster waiting to happen. With 9 cars, it looked like there was about 9 cars involved here, and well, yeah, it was as Silky Stevens said, that scared me. I'm not surprised. It scared the hell out of me. I just saw this big lump of front wing fly across my screen, and I just saw I think it was Filthy Ghost car just fly across. I'm guessing. This is the first time a red flag's ever happened for me. This is So be interested to see what everyone goes for. And we are underway. Massey and Bevan, as the 3 of them nearly collide. Hybrid is having a battle with his teammate Bakeley Gaming, and Hybrid has got up to P3. The 2 of them are fighting each other, their teammates. I thought you were able to change tyres, but obviously not. Which is a bit harsh. I thought red flags you're allowed to change tyres, but everyone's on the same tyres. I'm a bit confused what the hell's going on, because the tyres seem all over the place. Like, KL17's been put on 19 lap mediums and Macy's been put on 14 laps. So, Macy, unfortunately, he's going to have to pit. Them tyres are going to be gone. He's lost the race because, well, the game's screwed him, pretty much. Bevan has got a great chance here. So has Baker Game, so has Hybrid. King OG had to pit. Yeah, he was on old tyres as well. So was Epic Frenchie. They're all pitting. And unfortunately, Massey has not only lost out to... As they collide, I think there's a big collision there again. As Bakeley Gaming missed his braking point, and he's now down in P6. There's a big collision there as well. And Massey, Jar Jar Bing... As there's 6 laps left. I don't know what everyone's plan is here, because there's a caution in sector 3. As Massey, Jar Jar Bing stay out. Bevan now P3. Jar Jar Bing going for the overtake. Jar Jar Bing now leads this race. Massey collides into the back, and Bevan's going to have a really good go here down to turn 2. Massey now back up to P1, and Bevan got Jar Jar Bing. It's all over the place here. There's so much going on. We're on lap 30. We've got 6 laps left. Bevan now leading this race. Seems like people have had problems with changing the tyres when we had that red flag. It says like as we are lap 31. And Bevan is leading this race. Unfortunately for Massey, it was going so well. It was going to be a race win. It surely was. He had about a 6-7 second lead until that red flag. Hybrid now takes Mr. Potwash, and Mr. Potwash retakes that position, but Hybrid looks like he has no. Mr. Potwash back through Hybrid. Massey trying to get them tyres to the end. They must feel like absolute death. They must feel horrible. 17 laps. They've got to get to lap 22. I think I would have just pitted and tried going for softs. Hybrid now takes Macy on that to back up to P3 then. Certified Deck is having a little bit of a well, he's a bit annoyed for Macy. I'm not surprised. Like, the game, surely you're allowed to put on new tyres. It seems like, I'm not sure if people have made the mistake or the game's just done it, but it sounds like people have been trying to change it and it's auto changed them back to old mediums for some reason. Just seems weird that the game stuck so many different drivers on so many weird tyre strategies. Like the same with Jar Jar Bing and Macy and Mr. Potwash. As Macy's now down in P7. Make that probably P8, unfortunately for him. And that's how the game changes so quickly. The only thing that will help Macy is he hasn't got a time penalty. A lot of people in front of him have. But it looks like a comfortable win now for Bevan. He hasn't got a time penalty and he's got a second lead. And the tyres will definitely last. So looks like the McLaren is going to get a race win. As Macy now comes into the pits. Can't imagine he'd be a very happy bunny in that car, and I don't blame him. As a lot of people are saying it's very rubbish, this game. I won't be saying the real word they're saying, but you know, we'll go with rubbish. Be very interested to see the position changes. There we go. Look how different that is. Bevan up 7 positions. Unbelievable drive, because even before the red flag, got to say, he was up in P3, P2. So Jar Jar being up 5, King Luke's up 7, even though he got disconnected. Silky Stevens up 5, Mr. Potwash is up 9, and Goofy's up 9, I Moody's up 9, so 7, sorry, I think it was. So yeah, some very interesting, well, different and interesting battles and position changes tonight. as we are on the penultimate lap of this race. King Luke got a great chance here for P2, because penalty wise, well, it'd be close. I think he might be P3 actually, but if he gets closer to him, we'll have to wait and see. But as we're going to stay on board, there's not too many close battles along this field. We go down to Macy for a bit, just because he's going to have a battle with Doug here. Can't imagine Doug's going to fight it, which he doesn't. So Macy up to P12. But there's a caution in set 2. It's just the, I think it's just KL17. But Bevan, he's going to come round the last few corners here. It's been a great drive from him. And yeah, it's very, very difficult to say. Well, it could have been different. But Bevan, he's had an outstanding drive there. And he fully deserves to get that race win. Very well done to Bevan. King Luke does take second. Jar Jar Bing is third and Hybrid fourth. Fifth goes to Silky Stevens. Sixth is Moody. Seventh is Adam the Sweet. Eighth is Mr. Potwash. Ninth is Kingy OG. 10th is Epic Frenchie. 11th is... oh, no. 10th goes to Macy. Gets up to the top 10 in the end. Doug is 11th. Epic Frenchie's 12th. Goofy's 13th. Bakely Gaming's 14th. 15th was someone and 16th was someone. But there we go. The McLaren of Bevan has taken the race win here in Austria. It was a very, very dramatic race. Battles all along the field. But your race winner in the McLaren, like normal life, really, isn't it? It's like we're watching actual, real life F1, because the McLaren is P1. P2 goes to King Luke, sorry, I think it was. And there we go. Your race winner is Bevan. The fastest lap is Bakeley Gaming. Driver of the day apparently is Silky Stevens, and the most overtakes was Goofy. There we go, peoples. And there we go. Top 3 for you: Bevan, King Luke in the Haas, and then Jar Jar Bing in the Williams. And then Mr. Potwash is saying he wasn't on old tyres, he was on brand mediums. So something in the game is telling me you were on about 20 lap mediums and you weren't. How weird. But there we go. There's another race for you for the season. That is race 2 done for tier 2. Very unlucky for Macy. Got to feel sorry for him. But again, Bevan, do not take that away. You had a great drive. You were going to get a podium. You were fighting for P2. And you got to be there. You got to do everything right. So, well done to the McLaren. That is UFRL done for another week. They'll be back for next Tuesday, tier 2. But we are back tomorrow, aren't we, for tier 3? Tier 3. And anyway, that is us done. You've been listening to UFRL. Good night, peoples.